Shalom. First and foremost, when I start this, has enough by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. And shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on 5 people that got hurt after a fire burned through a Crown Heights apartment. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says an apartment fire in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, injured 5 people early Thursday morning. The fire broke out around 1:35 a.m. on the second floor of a building on Eastern Parkway. 2 women ages 24 and 26 were taken to Kings County Hospital in critical condition. A 55-year-old woman was listed in stable condition at Staten Island University Hospital. 2 other residents were also treated for injuries but are expected to recover. The Red Cross responded, offering support to families forced from their homes. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Yeah. So some heavy judgment from the Lord. This is exactly what the men of the Lord talk about and say is going to continue to happen. The Lord is going to continue to pour out his wrath upon these wicked people through his spirits that are created for vengeance. And one of those spirits of vengeance is fire. Ecclesiasticus 39:28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appear. Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. And that's right. So fire is a spirit of vengeance created by the Lord and used to bring judgment and sore strokes upon wicked people with whom the Lord is angry with. Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And that's right. And that's why, these fires take place that result in people getting wounded or killed. That's why shootings and stabbings happen. That's why animal attacks happen. That's why car crashes and hit and runs happen. Earthquakes, these devastating and deadly storms and tempests. These are all ways in which the Lord punishes these wicked people with whom he is angry with every day. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And that's right. And through his spirits of vengeance, the Heavenly Father wounds and kills wicked people on a daily basis. Wicked men, wicked women, and wicked children. You look up Romans 2 and 11. It said Romans 2 and 11, for there is no respect of persons with Yahweh. And that means that the Heavenly Father does not care what your ethnicity is. He doesn't care what your status in society is. He doesn't care if you're a celebrity or a homeless person. He doesn't care if you're a man, a woman, a child. At the end of the day, if you're wicked in the eyes of the Lord and he wants to bring judgment upon you, then you will get judged. And nobody is exempt from receiving judgment. Psalms 9 and 16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion, Selah. Yeah, so the Lord is the one who creates these spirits of vengeance and sends them to do whatever he wants them to do, lay sore strokes upon whomever is in his crosshair. Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And that's right. It is a fearful and scary thing to fall into the hands of the Lord. And situations like this are proof of that. A fire burning through an apartment, leaving 5 people injured, 2 of them critically. And if the Heavenly Father wanted to, he could have had it whereas none of those people survived. He could have had it whereas that fire killed all of them. All these people that think that they're in control of something, the Lord is daily showing you that you're not in control of anything. There is no such thing as free will. People are not out here doing what they want to do. They're doing what the Heavenly Father puts the Spirit on them to do. There is no escaping the judgments of the Lord. And the men of the Lord are constantly warning people and letting them know that their wickedness is provoking the Heavenly Father unto wrath. But these people, they have no fear of the Lord. And you see that in their continual wicked actions. And that's why those of us of the hopeful elect, we don't feel bad for these people when the Lord brings judgment upon them, because they've been warned. They're still being warned. There's still men of the Lord warning these people. These people, they refuse to listen. So they deserve the judgment that the Lord sends upon them, regardless of how severe that judgment is, and regardless of who that judgment falls upon. Luke 21:22. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. And the Heavenly Father, using his spirits that are created for vengeance to execute judgments upon these wicked people daily, is something that's written and it's being fulfilled. And these spirits of vengeance are executing these judgments to satisfy the wrath of the Lord. Because the Heavenly Father, like I read in Psalm 7 and 11, he's angry with the wicked every day. So these spirits of vengeance going out and executing the Heavenly Father's judgment upon these people that have angered him, it satisfies his wrath. It calms him down. And that's just how it works. And there's a lot of people out here that are going to continuously get judged because they're not learning. If anything, these people are waxing even more and more wicked. They're not slowing down with the wickedness, they're actually increasing in wickedness, which only in the end makes things worse for them. But that's the way the Heavenly Father has set it up. You're going to have some righteous people, but majority of the people out here are wicked. And majority of the people out here are going to get put to death ultimately. And we have to remember that everybody reaps what they've sown. So if you're out here being wicked, you're out here being a demon, then the wrath of the Lord is going to be brought upon you. But if you're moving righteously and trying to please the Heavenly Father on a daily basis, then he's going to look after you. He's going to protect you. And it really is just that simple. A lot of people can't wrap their head around that, but it is that simple. If the Lord is pleased with you, he'll keep you safe. he's angry with you, then he's going to bring judgments upon you. It really is just that simple. And these judgments are going to get more and more severe and deadly because we're living in the last days. We're living in the time of judgment. That's why there's so much judgment going out on a daily basis. So much judgment you can't even keep up with it, you know. So, but the best thing that those of us of the hopeful elect can do is just continue to fear the Lord and continue to move in a righteous manner. Following the scriptures, staying prayed up, following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, daily rehearsing the righteous acts, fasting, you know, just trying to stay on the Heavenly Father's good side because we see what happens to those that are on his bad side. We see what happens to those who anger him and provoke him unto wrath. And that's not a position that those of us of the hopeful elect should want to be in. But with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, the water Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are firmly pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and shalom to the sincere believers. I hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah. Until next time, shalom.